I gotta see my family by punching him in the face, and ain't no problem. What he gonna do? Give me a black eye? What he gonna do? Give me a bloody nose? What he gonna do? Break a rib? Make me cry? Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Yeah.
Stop you, man. Oh
Yo,
my.
you don't want that smoke?
Bro, I'm the nigga that want all the smoke.
Jerron Booth.
I'm the one who want all the
Fuck
smoke.
you up.
I'm the one that want all the smoke. There ain't another brother like
Who's
me.
a bitch?
There ain't another brother like me.
You don't want that, bro.
There ain't another brother
You're a
like me.
bitch.
Y'all bitches.
Jerron
Y'all
Booth
bitches
in it.
thinking I'm a bitch.
Who's a
Y'all
bitch?
don't recognize real when you see real, then you a bitch.
You're the bitch. Get it out of here.
Now, originally, I didn't take this too seriously. I didn't take it too seriously. I didn't want to put too much energy into it, but I feel like I got to say something at this point. Claressa Shields, man. I love the quote. You know, Claressa Shields is one of the best fighters in the world. But she's been very vocal about facing men. Like she got something to prove. Like she got a point to prove by fighting a man. I mean, you're already the best woman in the world. Now you got to try to fight men to prove a point. I think she's kind of just looking for attention at this point because she's a really big fish in a small pond. And yeah, now she's calling out Keith One-Time Thurman. And Keith One-Time Thurman, she's been calling him out for quite a while now. And Keith One-Time Thurman finally reacts to it.
Keith, I don't know if you saw Claressa Shields' tweet just a few hours ago.
I did not see it, okay, but I've already got text messages all about it, okay?
All right, so of course she said that not only would she fight you, but she thinks she'd outbox you. So what's your initial reaction to hearing this news? And she's going to be here tonight, so what do you plan on saying to her?
Well, look, I can fight for any charity event, okay? We can raise money, and we can let you try to showcase your skills and talent. You know what I mean? I'll probably use my jab only, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't know why you want to gun after me. I've heard you say my name so many times in the past, but it just is what this is not what boxing is to me, right? That's not what boxing is to me. But at the end of the day, Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. just fought again a few years ago, right? So if we could do something for charity, if I could put money in the pockets of some foundations, a plethora of foundations, if we could do something to get some money together, and if the fans were actually interested in something like this, it's not really in my heart, it's not in my soul, but for the people and for charity, I would make something like that happen, you know? And I would wear bigger gloves. I would let her use smaller gloves, and I would let her wear a headgear too. Okay. I mean, I don't even want to punch a girl in the face, you know.
Thank you.
So is the rumor true?
And after hearing Keith Thurman's reaction, this was around the Spence Crawford fight. He reacted to it and said, you know, he'll play around with her a little bit for some charity, maybe only jab and et cetera, make it easy for her. But Claressa Shields seemed to really believe that she can go out there and beat up on Keith One-Time Thurman. And you also got a lot of dudes wearing blue capes flying around saying the same thing, right? That she could whoop Jake Paul. She called out Jake Paul as well. And I'm just like, come on, quote, right? There's men in women's sports for a reason. And when we see these transformers go over to women's sports, what happens? They dominate in these women's sports. When we seen the great Serena Williams, right, play a guy that's like in the top 400 or 500 in tennis, he was hungover and everything. He smoked her in a one-on-one game of tennis, bro. Right? When we seen Lujica Rijker, right? Hopefully I always butcher her name, right? But she's a legendary kickboxing Muay Thai fighter. Legendary. She was in the movie $1 Million Baby. She was the main villain chick in $1 Million Baby, for those who don't know. And she's one of the best female fighters of all time. She was cocky and felt that she wanted to get in the ring with a man, and she fought a lower tier Muay Thai fighter. I believe he was a kickboxing Muay Thai guy. Lower tier guy. Wasn't nowhere near on her level as accolades, accomplishments, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Guess what happened? And I posted the video on my original channel. I still may got it. I may put it in a clip for you guys to see it. But guess what happened? She got smoked and knocked the fuck out. She got knocked out by a dude that was nowhere near her level of skill, accomplishments, accolades, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But guess what? There's a difference between men and women. Our bone density is bigger. We tend to have more stamina. We're stronger. We're faster. It's asinine to me to even think about getting in the ring with a female. It just doesn't even make sense. But Claressa Shields seems to be hell-bent on proving herself to fighting a man just because she's whooping on these guys and sparring. But let me tell you guys another little secret. And I think a lot of guys could attest to this as well, who's been in the gym before, right? Back when I was training kickboxing, Muay Thai, and whenever I sparred a female, right? Whenever we light sparred or whatever the case may be, even if she had more experience than me, and I was a talented guy, not to toot my own horn, but I was naturally talented. I was pretty good, right? But whenever I sparred a female, I always held back, bro. Like, I always held back, no matter if she was better than me, she was picking her shots good. I always held back, bro. Because I know if I threw a shot for real, she's gonna feel it, bro. She's gonna move. It's gonna hurt. I'm faster than her. I tend to just take it easy. I hated sparring and training with females because I don't really give it my all against them. Because it's just something in me that tells me to hold back. But some dudes, they're not gonna hold back. Some dudes go hit you like you a man. And I don't know what the angle is with the quote, right? But she's been going back and forth on social media with people that she should be fighting, like Shadishia Green. They've been, as you can see here, I got it on the screen. It's too much to really talk about. I'm leaving it on the screen for you guys to read it yourself. They've been going back and forth on social media within the past 24 hours. This is somebody she should be looking to fight. Not Keith One-Time Thurman. Keith One-Time Thurman needs to be competing against men and get his career back on track so he can get another big fight, right? But now he's actually entertaining this thing with Claressa Shields. I'm not sure what the angle is for Keith, right? But he said he'll use his jab only, and really that's all he'll really need, honestly, right? And I know that may sound crazy to fans who may be caught up into the moment or the situation of how she's good and all that. And I know Claressa Shields is good. I love the quote. But when you're putting her against a man, bro, it's going to be a totally different thing, man. Our bone density, we can endure more, right? There's a reason why the women have 2-minute rounds. There's a reason why they only have 10-round fights, bro. It's different. And it's not like Claressa Shields is a heavy-hitting female either. She's not really hitting. If you see the argument here on the screen with her and Shadishia Green, Shadishia Green says she's punching like cotton. So I don't know. Claressa Shields, she's doing what she does. Standing on her soapbox, letting everybody know she's hitting that she's the best. And we acknowledge her as the best, especially in the women's boxing. But as far as competing against men, it's a totally different thing. And I find myself arguing with other men about her fighting men. Like, bro, Jake Paul is a 200-some-pound dude who's a natural athlete, who's pretty quick and got some good, who's pretty quick, right? Who's cracking pretty hard, who's knocking out grown-ass men. Right? Regardless of where these guys are at in their careers, or they smaller man, past prime, whatever the case may be, these are former world champion fighters, and he's knocking these guys out, whatever the case may be, right? I don't think Claressa Shields can go up in there. Yeah, she's more skilled. Yeah, she got more experience than Jake Paul, because she actually beat him in a straight-up fight. I don't think so, bro. And some of you guys may disagree with that just because it's the quote and it's just because it's Jake Paul, but I'm looking at it realistically. I swallowed the red pill years ago. If she gets in the ring with that guy and he actually fights her for real and hits her for real, she's going to feel it, bro. Her bone density, her head, skull, everything is much, much smaller, man. It just wouldn't even be fair. It wouldn't even be cool. And you put the men, guys like Keith Thurman, in compromising situations. If you turn down a fight, oh, you scared of a girl. If you fight a girl, oh, well, you fought a girl. You beat up on a girl. It's just a lose-lose situation, right? But I see a lot of people telling Claressa Shields that she's biting off more than she can chew. Oh, you doing a little too much now. And yeah, she is. She's doing a little too much. I've seen what happens when these elite women fighters, these talented, supremely talented women fighters who are very, very good, get in there with a guy who's nowhere near their level, and it doesn't end well. It simply doesn't end well. There's a reason why when the Transformers come over to women's sports, whether they compete in combat or compete in regular athletic sports, they tend to always dominate. There's a reason why. But I think Claressa Shields is kind of doing this for attention. Keith Thurman, he should be more focused on getting guys like your Dennis Ugas in the ring, maybe facing John Boots Ennis, right? Something like that. But fighting Claressa Shields, I think it's bullshit. I think it's stupid. And I think it's a lose-lose situation. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.